going on, everybody? It's your boy J Main, back checking in with the people, back with another video. And today, Valve has dropped a bombshell on the timeline. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Steam Deck has been officially revealed and announced, and it is launching December. Now, you might ask what the Steam Deck is. Well, the Steam Deck is Valve's entry into the handheld gaming market. The Steam Deck is pretty much a portable handheld PC. But no, not like that Nintendo Switch. This handheld device is packing a little bit of power. Now, Valve has come out and announced that the Steam Deck will come with a custom APU developed in partnership with AMD, featuring Zen 2 and RDNA 2. I know some of you tech, or at least the fake tech guys, love hearing that goddamn word RDNA 2. I had to mute that word off my Twitter timeline because I got tired of hearing you phonies act like y'all know what y'all talking about when it comes to these tech specs. But you can play your entire Steam library on this device. It'll be dockable, and it's only gonna cost you $399 US. Well, at least for the base model. Yes, there's 3 different models for this Steam Deck. You have the $399 model, which is going to be 64 gigabytes and comes with an eMMC drive. Then you're going to have the 256 gigabyte model for $529, which is sporting the NVMe SSD, of course, faster storage, a carrying case, an exclusive team community profile bundle. Don't know what that means just yet. Maybe we'll get more details soon. And then to top it all off, you got the $649 model, which is going to have a 512 gigabyte NVMe SSD, the fastest of storage, premium anti-glare etched glass, exclusive carrying case, exclusive Steam community profile bundle, and exclusive virtual keyboard theme. Now, reservations for this device are going live tomorrow, Friday, July 16th at 10 a.m. Pacific. If you're on the East Coast, the best coast, you're going to have to wait until 1 p.m. Now, this thing, when I first saw it, I was blown away. I was shocked as hell. Like, what? What the hell is this? Because first off, the analog sticks and the button placement, or the face button placement, look out of place, and it looks trash. Like, I've never had a device or a handheld device where the analog sticks and buttons were that high up on the device. Now, they say they tested it. They felt that this is the best ergonomic design for the handheld, and this is going to feel great in the hand. So I'm not going to shit on it just yet as far as I'm not going to like it. What I am going to say is, by the look of it, it looks like it's going to be absolute garbage to hold in the hand. The face buttons and the analog sticks, they all look kind of crammed and close together, and that is throwing me off right now. But maybe when I get it in the hand, it'll feel better. Now, also talking about the design, it also has, of course, the R1, R2, L1, L2 buttons, but has those 4 back paddle buttons that you can custom design. Usually you'll see those kind of buttons on like pro controllers or people who are in esports or stuff like that want to custom design certain button prompts to those paddles in the back. So that's cool to see. I probably won't ever use those, but you never know. I never had a controller with that, so I might end up enjoying it. This system also features trackpads on the left and the right side of the system. These are pretty much like your mouse trackpads. You can use the left or the right for aiming, looking around, and stuff like that. So that's cool. I wonder how I'm going to feel about using this, because I'm not a mouse and keyboard player. But this might feel natural in the hands like this. So I'm going to give it a shot. It kind of reminds me of what they did with the Steam controller and having the 2 trackpads as the left and the right. But maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll feel better in the hands, and I could get jiggy with that, because we all know that's probably more accurate in terms of aiming in a game, especially a first-person shooter. The thumbsticks look nice. They look like they're, normal size, unlike the Nintendo Switch, which has terrible thumbsticks. They're very small on those Joy-Cons. But yeah, as far as design goes, I'm not 100% the biggest fan of it, but I think when I get it in the hands, I'm gonna like it. That's just from what I've seen on video and what I'm hearing from the first hands-on. But specs, let's get into a little bit of the specs of this device. Like I said, this ain't like the Nintendo Switch. This thing is packing a punch. So when you're looking at the price, you're probably like, damn, that's kind of expensive for a handheld device. But I think when you hear the specs, you'll understand why it costs the way it costs. And don't forget, this is a PC as well. So this system is, like I said before, a Zen 2 CPU and a RDNA 2 GPU together, making it an APU. 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's 4 times the gigabytes of RAM that the Switch has. The storage options, I listed those earlier. Of course, you have Siri, shut up. Nobody was talking to you. HD haptics. Like I said earlier, the trackpad. The system does have gyro, so that's cool. The resolution, and I want to pause on this real quick. This is pretty much a 720p device. This device is going to be targeting 720p, but resolution 1280 by 800, 16 by 10 aspect ratio, boils down to about 720p, 7-inch diagonal screen, and LCD, not the OLED tech. Now, I felt like after hearing today that the Nintendo Switch OLED only cost Nintendo about $10 extra to produce, I felt like Valve could have found a way to squeeze an OLED device in here. It's not a make or break deal for me, but I think an OLED device would have been nice. I mean, OLED screen would have been nice on this type of device. It being 800 or 720p is a little bit of a bummer. I would have liked to see 1080p, but it's not a deal breaker for me because it's a handheld device. I'm not tripping off of resolution when it comes to a handheld device. All I really want is the most power that they could possibly put at an affordable price. And I feel like we get a good ratio here. Refresh rate 60 hertz. That's awesome. Touchscreen and ambient light sensor for, when you're in certain room conditions, it'll adjust itself. This device has a Bluetooth 5.0 feature set in it and Wi-Fi. Bluetooth 5.0. I know that's not anything amazing, but the Nintendo Switch doesn't even have something like that. It's crazy, right? This device is $50 more, and it already has way more features and capabilities than the Nintendo Switch for $50 more. I'm gonna keep going, man. I'm gonna keep going. Dual microphones, headphone jacks, input, output, USB Type-C, excuse me. The battery, a 40 watt hour battery, and that is gonna get you about 2 to 8 hours of gameplay, depending on what you're playing. They say if you're playing at like 30 FPS on like AAA games, you're probably gonna get around 5 hours. I'm assuming AAA games at 60 FPS running at like the max settings that it can go, you're probably gonna be at like 2 or 3 hours or something like that. And that's to be expected with these handhelds. That's why these things don't get too crazy when it comes to like power and resolution and stuff like that, or screen resolution, because that battery power is not gonna be able to hold the capacity that it needs to run that, for a few hours or in an enjoyable experience. This is running Steam OS 3.0, which looks pretty nice. But like I said earlier, this is a PC. You can run any OS. Anything you can think about doing on a PC, they saying you can do on this device. So when it comes to running different OS, Windows and stuff like that, they're saying you're going to be able to run this. So I'm thinking about running Windows with Game Pass. Even if it's Steam OS, you got Xbox games on Steam OS, you got PlayStation games on Steam. Like, this is gonna be the all-in-one handheld device right here for people to get into, and I'm super excited for this because I cannot wait to play my games when and however I want to play them. This is exactly why I want PlayStation to get back into the handheld market, because where I feel like they messed up is they focused on making a device where people had to make games for that device. And I think when they were like splitting studios and making studios work on Vita specific software, even though they did well with the PSP, but by the time the Vita came around, you had PS3 and PS4, they was hitting a stride with the AAA games, and it just became too much to develop a AAA game and a handheld game, from the same studio. So they had to dedicate certain studios to make that. And I think if PlayStation just comes out with a device that can play your PS4 and PS5 games on it, they would see success there. It might not be as successful as a Switch, because we all know Nintendo and the handheld market, they got that on Smash. The Switch is gonna be fine. I'm talking all the shit that I am about the Switch. The Switch is going to be fine. But when it comes to comparisons and things of that nature, this blows it out the water. And I think PlayStation could do something well with that. And if this sells well, I think we might see PlayStation get back into the market. But yeah, man, I'm super excited for this. Like, I'm a fan of handheld gaming. So just to see more people get into the ring And something as powerful as this, I think this is going to change the game. And I just can't wait to see what this is like, get my hands on it, future iterations of it. It's going to be a great time for gamers. And I think that this is just the beginning of what we got to see. But man, like Steam Deck, dog. I'm pre-ordering this tomorrow. And I'll be having one on December. So you're going to expect some impressions and reviews on this channel, live streams and things of that nature. But let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about this. What y'all think about the Steam Deck? Is Nintendo in trouble now that a new handheld competitor is entered the ring? Also, don't forget to rate the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch y'all in my next video. Peace!